Our story begins, not in the shadowy alleyways of Cold War Russia, but in the sunlit, bustling streets of America. It's the mid-20th century, the time of Elvis Presley, Marilyn Monroe, and the birth of rock and roll. But beneath this veneer of optimism and prosperity, a more sinister narrative was unfolding. The Red Scare, a time of fear, suspicion, and anti-communist hysteria that swept through the United States like a scarlet tide. Let's take a moment to imagine ourselves in the shoes of the average American citizen during this era. The newspapers are brimming with headlines about the insidious spread of communism. Radio broadcasts warn of the impending Red Menace. One name consistently dominates the airwaves and dinner table conversations, a name that would become synonymous with this era of paranoia and witch hunting: Senator Joseph McCarthy. McCarthy was no ordinary senator. He was a skilled orator, provocative, and above all, a master of manipulation. His tactics were ruthless, his accusations wild and often unfounded, but they tapped into the deep-seated fears of the American public. In a time when the USSR was perceived as a looming threat, McCarthy's anti-communist rhetoric resonated far and wide. He claimed that communists were not only infiltrating the American government but also the film industry, the education system, and even the Boy Scouts. Let's put this into perspective. According to a 1954 Gallup poll, an alarming 50% of Americans thought that McCarthy was doing a good job rooting out alleged communists. This is not just a statistic, this is a testament to how fear can drive a society to the brink of irrationality. Now, let's dive into the heart of this story, the infamous Hollywood blacklist. In 1947, the House Un-American Activities Committee targeted the film industry, accusing 10 screenwriters and directors, later known as the Hollywood 10, of being communist sympathizers. These individuals were blacklisted, their careers abruptly terminated, their reputations tarnished. By the end of the 1950s, the blacklist had expanded to include over 300 individuals. But it wasn't just Hollywood feeling the heat. Between 1951 and 1955, over 39,000 American school teachers were investigated for alleged subversive activities. Yes, you heard that right, 39,000. This was McCarthyism in action, a campaign of fear, intimidation, and guilt by association that left no stone unturned. But every story has its turning point. For McCarthy, it came in the shape of the Army MC Carthy hearings of 1954. Broadcasted live on national television, the proceedings revealed McCarthy's tactics for what they truly were: baseless allegations and bullying. The tide of public opinion began to turn. By the end of 1954, McCarthy was censured by the Senate, and his reign of terror effectively ended. So, what can we learn from this? McCarthyism, the Red Scare, was more than just a historical event. It was a cultural phenomenon, a reflection of societal fears, political manipulation, and the destructive power of paranoia. It serves as a sobering reminder of the fine line between vigilance and witch hunting, between securing a nation's safety and trampling on individual freedoms. Remember, history, like a good story, isn't just about dates and figures. It's about understanding the human elements, the fears, the aspirations, and the choices that shape our collective narrative. So next time you're swept up in a tide of mass hysteria or fear, remember the Red Scare, remember McCarthy, and remember, not everything is as it seems. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, sharing it with others, and subscribing to our channel for more interesting material. In the comments area below, we'd love to hear your views and opinions on this topic. Thank you for your support, and we hope to bring you more intriguing stories and puzzles from around the world in the future. Remember to stay informed, interested, and safe.